Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and this is the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, the music podcast on where I interview singers and musicians from genres of black music: gospel, jazz, blues, old school classic soul, old school hip hop, today's hip hop and R&B, Caribbean, Latin, Afrobeat, Afro-Latina, blue-eyed soul, disco, go-go, line dances, and the Lost 45s. So come with me as I take you on to a trip to the destination genre of black music right now on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Legal Shield is a proud sponsor of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Have you been involved in any types of accidents? Have you been a victim of identity theft? Have you been a victim of a computer fraud scam? Have you been in disputes with your tenants or landlords? If your loved one dies and they didn't write up a will for you or for your family, or you and your spouse are filing for divorce, or if you need help by opening up your small business, give Legal Shield a try. Visit their website at LegalShield.com and tell them you heard it here on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Do it today. You'll be glad you did. Welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and I have a special guest on my show. And this gentleman that I'm about to introduce is a singer and a rapper who is from Washington, D.C. We call it Chocolate City. Yeah. Now, you can catch all of his new music, which is available right now on SoundCloud, and you can check out all of his music videos and other things available right now on YouTube. So please help me welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. DanNeil Marshall. DanNeil, how are you?
All is well. Dan and Don in the building.
All right, welcome to my podcast. Glad to have you here.
Great to be here.
Alrighty, so it's a pleasure to come all the way down to the nation's capital. In case you may not know, I have some cousins living in the nation's capital, but not in the section of where we're at. Some of my paternal cousins live on the other side of D.C., where the Union Station is. Okay. And some of my maternal cousins, they live on the other side of D.C., those brownstones. We call it Chocolate City. The brownstones and everything. And yes, all of my relatives are around the DMV. So to our audience, you may not know the DMV. No, not the Department of Motor Vehicles. We call it D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. That's what we call it, the DMV. Right. So, yeah, when we had our Wilson Dix family reunion, we had someone from the DMV chapter. I said, DMV? That's the Department of Motor Vehicles. They said, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. I said, oh, thank you for correcting me. So now I'm getting used to these terms and everything. Right. So how you doing otherwise?
All is well, maintaining, grand rising to a rising grind, you know. Just trying to stay on my toes, stay out of the way, but at the end of the day, sometimes you got to dig your feet, stand firm, and live with what you learn, man.
Okay. And we both met on a Lineable during the summer of this past year. Correct. And we was put on a chat room, and there you was, coming from Washington, D.C., and I said, when I be in town on my birthday vacation, I said, let me hook up, and here we are. We got a chance to come to the nation's capital, and I'm here with Mr. DanNeil Marshall. We're going to have a wonderful conversation. So most of the world may not know you. Some of America may not know you, but since you're an independent artist, my mission is to interview independent artists, whether they were used to be on the major record labels or not on the major record labels. So that's my duty to reach out to some of those that may not get any oomph that many other radio stations across the country may not play. So I'm very delighted to be here and to interview you.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here as well. I'm looking forward to this, seeing this podcast and the whole nine. Exposure wise, I've been doing music for a while now, so it's like my new way of doing it is a new way of breathing. So it's like I wake up to what's going on and I can tell you how I feel through a song. So it's like reality kicked in and music changes with the time. So I'm just changing with the motion.
Okay, so it's very nice to see you. So let us begin, shall we? Now, as I said in the intro, you're from Washington, D.C. Now, what section were you were born in? Were you were born in Northwest or Northeast or Southeast or Southwest?
I was born in Georgetown, George Washington Hospital. I'm actually raised northeast, first in Rhode Island, 12th and Hamlin, down to 12th and Hamlin, to Alexandria, Virginia, basically the whole Alexandria, Virginia, Maryland. People spread it out all over. And I got second home, North Carolina and New York. Got a little bit of here and there. I mean, we sprinkled around. As far as I know, I remember of. Other than that, yeah, I'm DC's home. DC's own.
Okay,
DC my home.
alrighty. Were your parents or any of your family relatives in the music industry, or did they have regular 9 to 5 day
My
jobs?
mother had a chance to get there. She sang, but she sang to us because my grandma, she ain't let her go. You know what I mean? She ended up having us. And bless her heart, rest her soul. And she birthed knowledge.
Now, which high school did you go to?
I ended up in Alexandria, Virginia, like I said. Born here. Graduated from T.C. Williams High School, which it was. I think it's Alexandria City High School now.
And which college did you go to?
Currently Colorado Technical University in computer science. Going for my doctorate, honestly. I'm working on my, right now in November, I should have my bachelor's.
Was computer science your major?
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, okay. Now, who did you want it to be when you grow up?
Me, I wanted to be, I had a question, that's a good thing. I'm glad you asked that. I had someone ask me that when I was a child. You know, when you're young, you're impressionable by your elders. So we was in school, and we had one of them days where they ask you, where you going to see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, you know, stuff like that. And I wanted to be a lawyer and a doctor, right? She told me I might as well not look that far ahead. You know, maintenance man was probably like my field. So I realized then indoctrination wasn't the plan for me.
Right. Now, how old were you when you started singing and writing and rapping?
Oh, since day one. My mom used to sing to me since I was a baby. So I remember the hums, the tones, the homonyms, the hurts. You know what I mean? The joy, the pain. I could feel it through the tones in her voice. So, yeah, she taught me that from day one, from her womb. I learned how to do it myself. Just growing up, my sister, she sang. You know, like a lot of talent come from within. So just to hear them, yeah, I just birthed me.
Wow. Was being a singer and songwriting and rapper your calling?
How can I say? When you know your purpose, you feel it. It ain't something you wake up to in the morning and say, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. You have to be grown into it. Then you figure that part out. So if I say I was spit out the womb saying this is what I'm going to do, I never thought I'd teach the youth the truth.
Right.
I was lied to myself.
Oh, wow.
So when you know the truth, yeah, you speak the truth.
Right, because when you do the lyrics that has a social message, especially in hip hop, when we have groups, I think of Public Enemy and Boogie Down Productions. So they brought us hip hop with a social message. So that was around in the 80s. So when we think about some of the hip hop of stuff today, we're going to get to that later on.
Right.
So when you writing songs that's dealing with what's happening from today's headlines, when they see something, especially when they do it in a music video, when they write the song about it, it tells a story about it. So not compared to some of the other hip-hop artists when they do the song, but when they do some other music videos that don't relate to it. Like, for example, they doing some hippo or whatever it is, computer electronics. That's not telling the story of the song, what it's all about. You have to tell it from the gut of what it is. So you have to paint a picture on what the song is all
Expressing the
about.
soul.
Now, growing up, who were some of your favorite hip hop artists?
I could start off with as a kid. I mean, Eric B. and Rakim, and like I actually learned how to spit the lyrics like he did. You know what I'm saying? Eric B. Rakim was like that. He was lyrically inclined, and then me personally, I favor Coogee rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at him, and then I look at you got Wu-Tang Clan. That's a variety of thought processes. So it's like when you ask who's my favorite, I'm kind of like going with Big L, Common Sense, Tupac. I mean, it's a genre of them. You know what I mean? Everybody I just mentioned, and then some. You got Nas. He tell you a story that'll make you remember him. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't even gotta be talking about himself. So I look at that. I look at that to this perspective of a heightened level of consciousness. So if I can make you feel how I feel, I touch that. I touch down. You know what I mean?
And who were your musical influences that had inspired you?
Oh man, Isley Brothers. My mom, she used to sing. Like I said, my mom actually is my everything. She sung damn near every song that I can hit a tune to. I can only sing because I heard her hit the note. It wouldn't have been possible without knowing she could do it.
Right.
So yeah, that was like my inspiration when it came to singing. And my mom, she sang like a bird. You feel me? My sister, she taken behind my mother. She got a powerful voice. I got some cousins. You know what I mean? It's like it's in the bloodline. At the end of the day, I'm an artist in itself. So what comes out is facts, and it comes out in a rhythmic form.
Okay. Now, how would you describe your sound? Is it like a mixture of today's hip hop or old school hip hop with a blend of some songwriting or elements? How would you describe your sound?
I would say like a breath of fresh air when it comes to listening to something that's not always mixed up with everybody else. It's more like something brand new, and when you hear it, it always evolves. Evolution is more like if you start from the beginning of my music and the sounds that I was making and creating to the way I am today, you can see how I evolved. I'm more conscious of how I come out my mouth when it comes to knowing that I can touch more people with the words that I say.
Right.
Versus just trying to hurt one person with words that day. I mean, I learned to respect the power of the tongue. So much I've grown. I learned. I've evolved, and it made me feel more the pressure of the world, where it's more like I see me in the struggle with a struggle within the people within us. So it's like if I see you going in the wrong direction, and if I don't help you, I'm just as wrong because I just watched you do it.
Right. Now, you've been performing at small clubs here in the DMV and beyond, like the NYC and many other states. What type of audience did you have? Was it for the young or for the grown folks or both?
It's always a mixture. For the type of music I come out my mouth with, is for all ears. There's no age bracket. It's only the I guess the ambience of the noise behind it, what it creates, and that's what make people shut it out or accept it. So it depends on the crowd that come, because there's never I got this or that. It's always a mixture of what's going on that day. I'm coming in town or whatever.
Right. Now, we were just talking about freestyle, and to our audience that may not know what freestyle is all about, it's like you think up of something that rhymes. And I wanted to give an example to our audience. When I was watching VH1's Behind the Music when they were doing a profile on the notorious B.I.G., a.k.a. Biggie Smalls, a.k.a. Big Papa, they were doing some freestyle competition. It was somewhere in Brooklyn, somewhere in the Bed-Stuy section near the subway station. And they were playing some of the clips of what Biggie was spitting out the rhymes. He would think up of something that, he will do it like
battle
in
rap
60
on the corner
seconds.
when he was younger. Yeah, he's slick talk. He's another fan. Like, I had an interview some years back, and I gave him his flowers, you know what I mean? Like, I'm lyrically inclined because of the cats that was before me. So I'm not going to say I'm just my own entity, but at the end of the day, when I do put my words into a sound, a rhythmic form, it is my entity. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So my influence is them, but yeah, it's me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to let the audience know what freestyle is all about.
And the deepest shout out, I actually mess with all hip hop, West Coast and the whole nine. Let me shout out to Ice Cube, Snoop and the whole nine. Like, I am a West Coast fan for real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I watched the whole thing, so it's never like I want us to not look like we don't like one another. Cause at the end of the day, I'll be over there sometimes. And I hung out there, you know what I'm saying? I had some friends do me real good, and they showed me love. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing. It's just the fact that I know I ain't have to check in. I got shown love when I got there. I flown in. Matter of fact,
right?
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's where it's supposed to be. This is not about who can spit the rhymes or who is the best rapper of all time. This is not about that. This is about bringing your time and your talent, whether you represent the East Coast or the West Coast or the Midwest or down south,
MCA,
all around the world, in the UK,
DJ
in
Quick.
London. And yeah, let's not leave out the motherland. Don't give that's up. Where it all started.
I know Go-Go come from beating on drums, so don't, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can't miss me with missing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know about it. It's not that I'm not forgetting the ancestral or the pull of it. It's just the unity that forgot us when we was united. Mm-hmm. So I'm not even going to say it wasn't. It just need to be again.
Right. Now, I got a chance to check out your videos on YouTube and your performance, whether it's at the Crane Theater. I got a chance to check it out, the Crane Theater in the NYC on YouTube. Now, what was your reaction to the audience? What was their reaction?
Oh, man. They was kind of like just getting to know me. And it's more like, and at that time, it was like everybody brought their friends and stuff. So it was like a whole friends was with their friends. And they had a more bigger venue than us as far as the people. So it was all love. It was just hard to get on the set that night. And by the time I got on the set, I was tired. Looking for a chair, bro. Mm-hmm. I ain't even gonna lie. I was tight by then. I'm watching the whole world pass me by. Like when I get my turn. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go about that. Mm-hmm. But that was me my first time around. It's been better ever since.
Yeah. So like I said, I got a chance to check it out, your clips and all of your performances and the interviews. So I give you a big thumbs up, my friend.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, will you be doing any new songs, or will you be doing any collaborations with any independent artists in the future?
Looking forward to doing some collabs. Definitely got some in the cut where I'm just finding the right distribution situation. I do have a couple features or 2 or 4 or 5. It's not how many. It's just that the ones I will do is more to say I think it's time for them to come out. So I was once coached by somebody that put me in the game. Not so much put me in the game, but when I first got on stage, they was like, don't be so quick to do your features first. Mm-hmm. Get you a name, so to speak, blah, blah, blah. I know they hear me preach by now, so I'm about that time put a feature out there.
Okay. Now, here's a question I always ask my guests. Living or dead, which artist that you wish you wanted to meet or to perform with?
You said living or dead, or can I do both?
Yeah, both.
Scarface, Tupac, and DMX.
Okay. That's a good one. Now, here on the Black Soul.
For real, like,
yeah.
I just want him, like, I know creative minds come together, and the creative you are, then you push that creative at that creative person. And even 50 Cent, I want to push him to his creative level. I ain't gonna say they not spitting lately, but I heard that they did with Jay-Z.
Right.
50 on his own. I'm just saying, we all know what we're talking about. But yeah, I think we could do, a lot more as far as putting us back in the game and bringing hip hop to the table, because it's been watered down and it's being sold instead of being your soul put in it. You know what I'm saying? People just selling it.
Okay, that's food for thought.
For sure.
Now, here on the Black Soul Music Experience, I always ask my guests who is the best top 10 artist of all time. But since this is a hip hop appreciation episode, we're going to do the Black Soul Music Experience top 10 hip hop artists of all time. Now, here's how it works. Now, I'm sure you remember the movie Top 5 that starred Chris Rock. He would put down some of his hip hop favorites. But on my show, we're going to do it top 10. So here's how it works. We start like a top 10 countdown, like the show America's Top 10, hosted by the late Casey Kasem. We start at the bottom 5. We will figure out who was the best hip hop artist, but they didn't get any recognition. In other words, if they're on a major record label, it's not either they are not marketed or promoted the way that they wanted it to be. And when we get to the top 5 artists of all time, we figure out who was the best selling artist of all time. Did that artist got their top 10 number 1 hits? Did that artist receive a gold or a platinum or a double platinum or triple platinum or today's diamond platinum? Did that artist receive a Grammy or an American Music Award or a Soul Train Award or a BET Award or an MTV VMA Award? Or did that artist got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Did that artist perform on American Bandstand or Soul Train or the Midnight Special or NBC Saturday Night Live or Solid Gold? Or did they had their music video which was premiered on some of the local stations across the country? Or that they had it aired on BET or MTV or VH1? Or that they had their live concert special aired on HBO or Showtime? Or that they had their primetime special on CBS or NBC or ABC? Or that they had it on PBS? Whether they performed great performances or that they had their special during Pledge Month. So I'm going to start off with mine. I'll let you think of yours in a few minutes. So I'm going to start off with mine. So at number 10, I'm going to start off with an unknown artist. And she represents the West Coast, but she's white, and her name is Tarrie B. That's Tarrie, and the letter B. She represents the West Coast, and she had her debut LP called Murder, She Wrote. And I didn't know that that album was produced by the late Eazy-E of NWA. And I got a chance to check out...
Marie. You showed...
Not Tina Marie. Tarrie B.
Tarrie B.
Tarrie B. Tarrie B. That's
I might have heard that name, but I'm just not sure. I know it's a Tina Marie at one point.
Yeah. But not this one. This one is Tarrie B.
Tarrie B.
Tarrie. The last name is B.
Gotcha.
And like I said, she only had a one-hit wonder, one-hit album, which was produced by Eazy-E. And one of the songs that I watched on it is called Murder, She Wrote. So even though it didn't get that much popularity or promotion, but they did air the video one time. I don't know if it was on BET's Rap City or Yo MTV Raps, but they only aired like one time. So even though she didn't get the recognition, but she like the first white rapper, that can really spit rhymes. But she doesn't sing, she just rap all the way. And she's originally from the West Coast. So I'm going to put Tarrie B at number 10. Number 9, I'm putting down Young MC. He was the one who wrote the song Funky Cold Medina for Tone Loc. And he too represents the West Coast. He only had like a couple of songs back at the end of the 80s into the 90s, but he didn't get that much from the record label that he was on.
Spice One was a around Tupac era too. Like, yeah, don't forget Spice One.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put Young MC at number 9. Number 8, representing the West Coast Digital Underground.
Yeah,
That's
that's where he
where we
started.
had
Oh
Shock
boy,
G.
Shock G.
Yes, Shock G and Tupac was in the group. Getting off. They were known for that debut song, The Humpty Dance.
Was
Now,
that his? Was that like a nose surgery? He was just covering his nose.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so I didn't know that was Shock G at first, but we was like saying, who's that? Who's the other one with?
He got the attention. He got everybody attention with that.
Yeah, so like they were doing the Humpty Dance and
Berkey Bathroom.
yeah, so they were some of the best hip hop groups ever. Even though Shock G had passed away recently.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he passed away in 2022. So I always think about the Humpty Dance when I go out, on Friday nights.
Shout out to Shock G and the fam. Yeah, I ain't know that.
Yes, so rest in peace to Shock G and everybody. Number 7, I'm putting it a tie with 50 Cent and Fat Joe. 50 Cent representing Brooklyn. He can rap and sing, and he's producing and everything. And Fat Joe representing the Boogie Down Bronx, New York, Latin hip hop and everything. So they had some hits back in the 2000s, and they're still performing today. So hopefully,
shout out to both of them. I salute to both of them. I actually listened to all their music when I was coming up. As far as the struggle was real, and they was around it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they influenced me too.
Yeah, so we'll put 50 Cent and Fat Joe at number 7. Number 6, I'm putting down Public Enemy and Boogie Down Productions. Public Enemy representing Long Island. I got a chance to meet Chuck D when I was still working at CBS when CBS had sold records to Sony, but they were still in the building. So I got a chance to see Chuck D. And they're known for their tunes, including Bring the Noise, Don't Believe the Hype, Can't Trust It, Fight the Power.
Public Enemy number 1.
Yes. So shout out to Public Enemy.
Shout out to salute.
And also to Boogie Down Productions from the Boogie Down Bronx, New York.
KIS, no doubt. KIS 1. And you know what? The pioneer of the group. I also want to say this too. So it's like the influences. Always at LL. I used to listen to I'm alone in my room. Sometimes I stare at the wall. So the thing about the way these guys would put their thought to the process. I don't see a lot of cats doing it these days. So I could say shout out to them because that helped create the cat that I am today. You know what I'm saying? So when I sit down with a pen and pad, listen to the song helps me write the music.
Yes, so I'll put Public Enemy and Boogie Down Productions at number 6. Number 5, I'm putting another tie with Ice Cube and Jay-Z. Ice Cube representing the West Coast.
No biasness. Yes. No biasness.
Yes, Ice Cube, former member of NWA, when he broke out on his own, he had some hits, including
track record.
Yes.
Gotta look at the track record now. Now, the thing about these two, this gonna be a hard one because I'm gonna say this why.
Right.
I ain't too familiar with a lot of the ones before, but we getting into the realm of when I'm coming up, it's the way and how you come about to become the person you are today. So at that time, you got to say what year was that at they who and what height was they at. So if both of them was, let's just say we take out he was at his pinnacle and then the year whatever he was at his pinnacle, whoever, vice versa. Would the question be the same?
Yeah. To me, it will be because, like I said earlier, this is not about who's the best and, attacking one another. This is about bringing your time and talent, representing what borough or state you're from. That's what it's supposed to be.
Got you. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what I come for. That's what I come for. When I come to spit rhymes the way we supposed to be. Not who we think we said we sold the dream to yesterday, and I forgot what I told that nigga the last rhyme. Now he want to beat me up. Kill the noise.
Yes. So we'll put Ice Cube and Jay-Z at number 5. Number 4, we'll put another tie with Dr. Dre, and we'll tie with Eminem. So Dr. Dre, another former member
I
of
don't even
NWA.
think I don't even I'm sorry to cut you off, but I don't even think that's even a reason that you can't compare them to, man.
Uh-huh.
You can't compare them to. Even I don't care if they wasn't in the same camp. You cannot compare them to people. You have to get lyrically inclined. Dre is not an artist when it comes to rapping. Eminem is an artist for rapping. Dre is an artist for beat making. Eminem just learned how to make beats through artistry. So it's a different level of knowledge and how you been and where you at. Like, let's say that if you playing go-go. You playing go-go, you want to stay in the pocket. You know what I mean? Or you when you freak the beat or whatever on the track, you want to know how to get back in that socket.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to know or to not know will separate men from boys from men.
Yes.
The experience of a person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Life experiences is best teacher. I've always said that.
Yeah. And let me tell you about when I saw the Eminem music video for the first time in 1999. And when I saw the debut of "Hi, my name is who?
That was
My
slick.
name is who? My name Slim Shady."
A buddy of mine.
And I was like saying, Dr. Dre was in that video?
Yeah, he
And I
was.
couldn't believe that Dr. Dre had produced
He brought him out.
Eminem's
that
album
video,
because
he brought him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eminem wasn't influenced by Dr. Dre.
It was funny. It's funny that you say that. I don't mean to cut you off. It's funny you say that. I was in school that day. This actually went viral, right? And after school, we hanging out, me and some homeboys, and they was like, "You heard of Slim Shady?" They don't know no Slim Shady, and they played that song. And when they played the song, it was like I could not hear it. I mean, you could hear it everywhere after that. So it was like to know who Marshall Mathers was, you had to go through the crazy evolution of Slim Shady to see the Marshall Mathers in him. You know what I mean? That evolution. So when it come to music, for me, I saw, oh yeah, I was trying to jump in there like jump rope, let's jump in. But at the end of the day, I saw my purpose through making music was to be heard, not just listened to.
Right.
So there's a difference of levels, is what I'm saying.
Right. All right, so we'll put Dr. Dre and Eminem at number 4. Number 3, I'm putting a tie with Queen Latifah and MC Lyte.
Oh, man.
Yes, you gotta represent the ladies. Queen Latifah, MC Lyte.
I like both of them.
Back in the late
The
90s,
thing-
early 90s.
Oh, man. The thing for me is way beyond, how can I explain, because they both are very unique and artists. You know what I mean? In their artistry. As far as MC Lyte, she was my first love. You know what I mean? When she got to the microphone, yeah, fell in love with her. She did her thing. Now Queen Latifah, she did her thing too. But it's like I said, they both they held the crown when they came in. So I can't take from one or the other.
All right, so for me, I'll put Queen Latifah and MC Lyte. Number 2, I put DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will, the Fresh Prince Smith. So they're known for their comedy routine. So when I first heard their song, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, and they were playing a sample from TV's I Dream of Jeannie, I was like, oh,
Hip-hop.
they were sampling off from the TV show.
Hip-hop.
So I was like laughing nonstop. So I was like getting into it. So they were still doing all their rhymes back in the late 80s into the early 90s. And when Will the Fresh Prince Smith break on the television, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or NBC, that brought hip-hop to prime time.
Hip-hop.
So we let America know what our other side of hip-hop is all about.
Yeah.
So we're just breaking out, branching out to everything. So that was the first prime time on hip-hop, and produced by Quincy Jones. Rest in peace to Mr. Quincy
rest
Jones.
in peace. Yeah, I didn't know he. Dang.
Yeah, he was the producer for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Quincy Jones Entertainment. Yep, when I first saw the credits, I said, Quincy Jones got involved with this. Okay. So Quincy Jones, the master, rest in peace to the one and only Quincy Jones. We'll
Rest
put
in paradise.
Will Smith at number 2. And also, I don't want to leave out Biz Markie. I got to put a time there with him.
I was gonna say, as far as like the era, the gaps of the era, because they all great. So it's like, excuse me, when you separate the two, it's hard because I look at how they both were great in their time versus who's better right now.
Right.
That's just like saying Mayweather is the man right now. 20 years from now, you try to fight Mayweather. You ain't gonna say that.
Right. Okay. And last but not least, we put number one, we put Tupac, and we tied it with Biggie. So, once again,
Baby.
Tupac representing the West Coast and Biggie representing the East Coast. They were all spitting rhymes and everything. So,
Truth be told.
yes.
Truth be told.
And not only like Tupac goes way beyond. So when he was shot and killed, he was doing some unreleased tracks that we didn't know about. I was like, he did that.
Right.
I was like, and
talented
Biggie
guy,
too.
man. A real talented guy. And I shout out to both of them because it's so young to be taken away. Like I actually sat down. I've had a time where I had to sit down, and the same way both of them do they way of thinking when it comes to making music. I've been standing outside and made songs and be in my mind and do my thing. I've been on the ground where I can't sit still and forget some of the things I be trying to do. I've been where I can stay stable and sit still and actually make a book. A book of rhymes, right? So for me, like I say, it's the times and the person. Like for me, when I'm under pressure, it's hard to do a good song. But it might be the best song for a rough draft.
Right.
So when I get back to actually being able to do it, I can do it right. Then it's times where I be on the go and I might write something because the conditions is right. And it's just the way I feel, and I might write about the way I'm feeling at that moment. So it's like it's easy for the easy ones.
Right.
I think the complicated songs is the ones that make the better ones. It's just the easy songs is just quicker to get by everybody's ear, and it's quicker to remember.
Right.
But it's hard to hear good music like lyric for lyric.
Right. And the one thing that Tupac was doing, it was his first Mother's Day song called Dear Mama, and he wrote that song while he was in prison. So the first time I heard it, I said this was the first hip-hop song for Mother's Day. And that was from the LP called Me Against the World.
Me Against the World. That was yeah.
Yes, and the LP was approved by the National Recording Registry at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., known for its creativity and excellence. So who would never know that every Mother's Day they would play that song, not just only on Mother's Day, but like for every
I remember. I remember.
Yes. Yes, so we'll put Tupac and Biggie at...
I give them that. Yeah,
yes.
they wear that. And the thing about it, if we could just get past being divided, I mean, we in 3D. We need to stand in unity. And that's where I'm really at right now. So it's like when I make music, I think about how to unite instead of divide. And the whole time, it's not like, oh yeah, let's just say unite and divide. No, it's the approach of making a song that makes it articulate to the uniqueness of the individual and the ownership that I want.
Right. And that's what's been happening with some of the artists when it comes to their masters.
Yeah.
And that's very important. When it comes to their record companies or when there is some changes, especially right now when you have the major record companies have been merging, some of the producers who produce some of the artists, they have left, and then you have some new people moving in, and then you'll have a hard time. So when it comes to their albums, they're not
You're being recycled.
hits. Not bringing any hits like they normally do. So that's when they have to keep their masters and protect their masters.
Exactly. Is it safe to say if you don't pay attention and read the fine print, you just gave away everything you made?
That is true. That is true. That's what happened to so many artists, and that's what got really out of the game. So now most of them are doing independent. So now they have like creative control. They can collaborate or who they can collaborate with without the record CEO dictating to them, you can't sing that song with that artist, or they can't, sing the other song that the producers want them to sing. But It's there.
Creative control. They don't, and then it's not just so much as just taking that away. It's more than that. It's like if you make a great song, let's just say I got a lottery ticket and I can't read the fine print, and I ask you, tell me if I won. You sign the back and say, nah, you ain't won. I just saw you signing that. You know what I mean? I know something ain't right. But in my mind, if I just allow myself to not read the fine print, I won't see the truth. So in my music, I speak the truth when they don't see it.
That's true. And that is what's been happening with some of the major record companies when they are merging, when you have new CEOs, they wanted to change something, but then they want to change you.
Right.
And that's what's been happening with some of the artists. They want to keep that same tradition that they've been doing for years.
I've seen that.
But when it comes to competition, competing with other artists that they want, it's not the same as it was back then.
Right.
So that's what we've seen today. And as I said earlier, my mission is to interview independent artists that give them their little time to shine. So, Mr. Marshall, thank you so much for being here on the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
My pleasure
and
as well.
Meeting with you. And when we met on Alignable, and I said, I'll be in town visiting my relatives. So I said, let me come by and interview this brother who needs our time and support. So again, thank you so much. And whenever you're in town in the NYC or if I'm back here in the DC area, as I always interview or see any musicians, you're welcome to come on back and let us know what you've been doing, because I always check on some of those who I interview during the previous months or the last season. So I always check on those what have they been doing so far. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Now, before we go, where can we follow you on social media?
My Instagram is Abdul_Daniel. ABDUL_DANNEIL. On YouTube, I'm at DanWayDan. Compound word altogether. DanWayDan. That's pretty much the with TikTok. I'm at and Marshall 0.
Okay, so we'll let everyone know. And yes, I got a chance to check you out on YouTube, and when I get back home, I'm going to subscribe to your channel so we can get all the support from you and everything.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you out on the show, either on the television or on the road,
Okay.
Man.
Yes. Download all the artists that we have talked about on this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Visit iTunes.com, Spotify.com, or purchase the CD at Amazon.com. And make sure you follow Mr.DanNeil Marshall. Look for him on Instagram _AbdulDanNeil, or you can look at him on TikTok at and Marshall. And check him out on YouTube.
0.
Check out all of his videos and
the number 0. I'm sorry.
Yes.
The number 0.
Okay. Make sure you check him out, subscribe, and support this brother. And you got my vote. I'll be subscribing you onto your show as well.
I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Salute.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out this episode, please subscribe by going to the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Look for me on all of my 5 platforms. Look for the Black Soul Music Experience podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, and the link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s. Don't forget to add the S to the end, -studio. And yes, I will be posting this episode on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you have a hard time getting on to riverside.fm, then please become a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. All you need to do is put in your email address and your password and get to the Patreon homepage where you see all of the Patreon shows done by different creators. And make sure you go on top and type in the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, where you can check out all of my audio and video podcast episodes from Season 4 and from Season 5 of this season, and check out all of the video podcast clips that you may have missed. And if you have a hard time getting on to Patreon, then I will be posting this episode on YouTube. Go to YouTube.com/The Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. And yes, I will be posting this episode. If you like this episode, if you love this podcast, please subscribe, please support, please give me a thumbs up, please leave a comment, and please pass it on. Thank you for joining me as I close out this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience. Well, that's about it for this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week for an all-new episode. The Black Soul Music Experience Podcast is sponsored by the support of listeners and viewers like you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Look for my podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And don't forget the link. The link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s-studio. And don't forget to check out my audio and video podcast episodes by becoming a member and subscribe to patreon.com/The Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. And please check out my video podcast episodes by subscribing to youtube.com/The Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. And please leave your comments, feedbacks, and replies by going to my Facebook homepage. Go to facebook.com/The Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. You can also tweet me on X, aka Twitter, at Sam Wilson Jr. 66. And follow me on Instagram at SAMM.Y2980. As always, partying, remember this. Reach for the top and your dreams will come true, and it can happen to you. From all of us, take care. God bless. Thanks for listening. Have a good week, and please be safe.